I built a bot that trades NASDAQ futures, and the first time I turned it on, it made 3 grand. The next time I turned it on, it lost everything. Here's what happened. It waits for a very specific setup, checks multiple market conditions in real time, and only takes a trade if everything lines up. A lot of trading bots are just automated bad decisions. So I wanted to build one that is actually selective, not constantly firing, not chasing every move, just waiting until the market structure and the momentum and the volume and the higher time frame bias all agree. And I wanted to make sure I wrote all the logic myself, not by AI. So the bot logs into the TopStepX API, pulls live bar data for the NASDAQ futures, calculates the indicators in real time, checks whether the trade is even allowed, and then executes it automatically if the setup is valid. So here's the idea. First, it pulls 1 minute bars from the NQ, then it calculates fast and slow EMAs for trend, RSI for momentum, ADX for the momentum trend strength, RVOL for volume confirmation, and VWAP for directional bias. On top of that, it also checks the 5-minute trend so it's not trading against the bigger move. And I actually made sure the bot does nothing most of the time. If the relative volume is weak, it doesn't trade. And if the higher time frame bias doesn't agree, it doesn't trade. So if it just fired a signal in the same direction, no trade. So it's built to be picky. It also only operates during a defined New York trading window around market open. So instead of sitting there all day taking low quality setups, it focuses on a specific session where the market is actually moving and then shuts itself down outside that window. When everything does line up, the bot places a market order instantly. It's not guessing. It is not hesitating. It just follows the exact rules I gave it. Cold, hard, robotic logic. And that was the main idea. That's why I wanted to build this bot, to remove emotion and keep structure. So I didn't have to keep watching it and evaluate every trade it took. It just kept structure and it was able to hold up in real market conditions. But building a bot that can place trades isn't the hard part. The hard part is building one that deserves to trade. Because if your logic's bad, a bot will just lose money faster and more efficiently than a human ever could. And trust me, I learned that the hard way. What makes this bot interesting to me personally is that it's layered. It's not just one indicator firing a trade. It uses voting logic, dynamic requirements, trend alignment, and liquidity filters among buyer's confirmation before it even does anything. So the goal isn't constant action, it's disciplined action and high quality trades. Now, obviously, none of this means it is profitable yet. This is what I'm testing. But I think this is already more interesting than most trading content because it's not just opinions. It's cold, hard code. Either the logic works or it gets exposed, and it doesn't. And it loses me a lot of money. So, results. I know you're all probably thinking about this. So the first time I ran it, the bot made about 3 grand in seconds. Then the second time I ran it, it lost 2 grand over about 10 minutes. So immediately that told me 2 things. 1, it can definitely execute and catch real moves, but 2, it's nowhere near refined enough yet. So fast execution is not the same thing as a real edge. Right now, like a lot of bots in the early stages of development, it looks like it thrives when the momentum is obvious, but struggles when the market gets less clean. So the next step isn't just running it again, it's figuring out exactly what kind of conditions it should avoid. Also, just a little disclaimer, I'm by no means a trading guru. I'm not trying to sell you a course or sell you this bot even, or trading signals or whatever. This is just like a little side project. I'm interested in quantitative finance and coding. Both fields I got my degrees in, so this is just a fun little hobby, I guess. So subscribe if you want to keep following this properly. I'm going to keep building it out and testing it in real conditions and showing exactly what works and what doesn't. So if you want to see me build and test anything else, just drop it down in the comments. Thanks. See ya.